Hey beautiful people of YouTube, what's going on? I'm your host Joss. Welcome back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. If you're new here, be a friend and hit that subscribe button, and make sure you follow us on social media. All of our links are down below. We'd like to connect with you guys outside of YouTube. Also, hang out until the end of this video where I feature some of you guys in our comment shoutouts. Our list today is a part 2. Lucy did part 1 to this list and you guys seem to like it, so I apologize that she is not the one continuing it and that you are stuck with me. I will try to make it as good as the first. I will let you guys be the judge of that. So let's just jump into it. Here is today's list of top 10 biggest celebrity feuds in Hollywood, part 2. Starting off our list at number 10 is Drake and Kanye West. Alright, so this feud has always been all over the place and it's pretty hard to keep track of. It started back in 2018 when they started taking shots at each other. The entire year was a whole bunch of drama involving secret children, alleged attacks, and betrayal. It all began in May when Pusha T took shots at Drake on Daytona, which was produced by Kanye. Drake responded with a diss track called Duppy Freestyle, which targeted both Pusha T and Kanye, and then it all just went downhill from there. Pusha released the story of a died-in, which outed Drake's story of having a secret child, which was then later confirmed. Drake thought that Kanye told Pusha about his child, but Kanye tweeted out that he never spoke to anyone about it. After the clash a month later, Pusha came forward saying it wasn't Kanye, but was actually Drake's own producer who told him. In December 2018, a battle broke out on Twitter and it turned serious very quickly. Kanye tweeted, "Drake called me to threaten me," and Kim followed it by @Drake, "Never threatened my husband or my family. He paved the way for there to be a Drake." Drake's only response was 5 laughing emojis on his Instagram story. Now, Kanye refuses to say his name in interviews and says that he is not allowed to mention him or any of his family members. So this is pretty serious because there were some pretty serious threats made. Up next at number 9 is Bella Thorne and MODSUN. They dated for over a year and even got married. Well, they had a fake wedding. They weren't legally married, but they did this whole romantic ceremony for Mod's birthday because that's what he wanted. Which is super cute, right? Well, after the two of them split without any reason indicated, they started to battle it out on Twitter. They got into a heated exchange after Mod said that he was going to auction off Bella's stuff on eBay during his interview with 2Fab in May 2019. He said, "I still have it and I figure if she doesn't get it soon, I'm gonna have a really poppin' eBay site." He claims to have been joking around, but that didn't stop Bella from clapping back. She responded with on Twitter, "Aw, looks like Madi really wants some press. #hungry. Also, didn't you call the cops on me when I wanted my computer?" And at that point, Mod shared his version of that story, saying that she went through his back door when he wasn't home and that he doesn't trust her, so that's why he called the cops. He also said that he's offered 6 times to meet and swap each other's stuff, but that she refuses. Honestly, it just sounds like a bunch of high school stuff to me. But months later, more tension came after Bella's ex, Tana Mojo, and MODSUN were spotted having dinner together. That was pretty much the final straw for Bella. To sum it all up, they are not on good terms. Swiping the number 8 spot is KHLOE Kardashian and Jordyn Woods. KHLOE was dating Tristan Thompson ever since 2016 and the pair seemed inseparable for a while. They both looked genuinely happy. I thought they were really cute. But throughout the relationship, there were on and off cheating scandals, all done on Tristan's behalf, keep in mind. One came at the worst possible timing when KHLOE was actually going into labor with their baby. Fans got to watch the whole scandal go down on the reality TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Regardless of his unfaithfulness, KHLOE stayed with him to work things out. But earlier this year, more cheating rumors started and Jordyn Woods was at the front and center of it. Who's Jordyn? Oh, no one significant, just Kylie Jenner's best friend, who is basically a sister to KHLOE. Turns out Jordyn was spotted making out with Tristan after a night of partying. According to E!, Jordyn stayed at Tristan's house partying with him and his friends until the early hours of the morning, 7 AM to be exact, and they were very touchy-feely all night, cuddling on the couch and stuff. The entire Kardashian family unfollowed Jordyn on social media and completely cut her off. Every person involved has taken their side of the story to Twitter and media outlets, but KHLOE remained silent and posted a picture of a quote that read, "The worst pain is getting hurt by a person you explained your pain to." Jordyn was living with Kylie at the time and ended up moving out of her house. Now this is all some very serious tea. In the number 7 spot is Taylor Swift and Katy Perry. Their feud has been a complicated one, and one that lasted way longer than it should have, if we're being honest. Back in 2009, they were actually good friends, seen together at award ceremonies, hanging out, laughing together. They even sang Katy's song Hot and Cold on stage together during Taylor's Fearless tour. Taylor dated John Mayer in 2009, and then a couple years later, Katy began dating him in 2012. But things heated up when Taylor went on tour, the Red Tour, and hired 3 dancers who had danced for Katy Perry. A few months later, Katy was also going on tour, and there are claims that Katy tried to get those dancers back for her prison tour, which would mean leaving Taylor's tour halfway through. And that's when the two of them had an even bigger falling out with each other on top of the whole dating my ex thing. Taylor spoke on it, telling the Rolling Stone magazine that they are straight up enemies, and said, "She did something so horrible. She basically tried to sabotage an entire arena tour. She tried to hire a bunch of people out from under me." In May 2018, Katy sent an olive branch to Taylor, like literally sent her an olive branch, and apologized with a note. They finally ended their feud this past year in 2019, and Katy posted a picture of a plate of cookies that said, "Peace at last," and captioned it, "Feels good" at Taylor Swift. Fans are pretty thrilled that this feud is finally over. At number 6 is the battle between KENDRA Wilkinson and Holly Madison. The former Playmates were once roommates, both living in the Playboy Mansion as one of Hugh Hefner's girlfriends. They were practically sisters in some weird way since they were dating the same man under the same roof at the same time. But that all came to an end when both girls decided to move out of the mansion back in 2008. They had their own personal tension between each other, but a feud officially began when Holly wrote a memoir about her experience in the Playboy Mansion called Down the Rabbit Hole. In the book, she revisits what she calls disturbing memories and portrays herself as a victim of Hugh's manipulation. But KENDRA thought her book was, I quote, "disgusting," and says that although she is embarrassed of her own past lifestyle, she would never blame Hefner for it. KENDRA openly tweeted at Holly her thoughts and told Fox 5, "We dated an 80-year-old man at the same time. It's very awkward. She probably wants to distance herself from the situation. God bless her, she should. It's embarrassing because I saw some things that she probably doesn't want me to talk about." Holly responded by calling her the fakest person she'd ever met. But Hugh's statement is really the one that matters. In response to Holly's book, he said, I quote, "Over the course of my life, I've had more than my fair share of romantic relationships with wonderful women. Many moved on to live happy, healthy, and productive lives, and I'm pleased to say remain dear friends today. Sadly, there are a few who have chosen to rewrite history in an attempt to stay in the spotlight." Halfway through the list at number 5 is Sarah Jessica Parker and Kim Cattrall. The Sex and the City co-stars were once working together on set every day. And ever since the early days of the show, there were rumors going around about the fighting between the two of them. There were claims about a feud happening based on Sarah receiving a higher salary than Kim. Back in 2004, Kim admitted money was a part of the reason that the show ended. She said, "I felt after 6 years it was time for all of us to participate in the financial windfall of Sex and the City. When they didn't seem keen on that, I thought it was time to move on." Later on in 2017, Daily Mail reported that the 3rd Sex and the City movie was cancelled due to the demands by Kim. They stated, "Warner Brothers refused to meet her demands and had to cancel production as the company decided it wouldn't be fair to fans to produce a movie with only 3 of the 4 main characters." Kim responded by saying the only demand she made was that she didn't want to do the movie, which apparently she turned down back in 2016. In October 2017, Kim did an interview with Piers Morgan and said that her and her other co-stars have never been friends and are just colleagues. But she targeted Sarah specifically and said, "I think she could have been nicer. I really think she could have been nicer. I don't know what her issue is."
Specifically, Sarah Jessica Parker, is that I think she could have been nicer. I really think she could have been nicer.
Since then, it has been a bunch of back and forth during press interviews, and it doesn't look like they will be eye to eye on things anytime soon. Here we are at number 4 with Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan. An overdramatic and totally unnecessary catfight, let's be honest, but a legendary one, because it is still going on. They were once really good friends and have one of the most famous paparazzi pictures of all times where they were out on the town in LA with Britney Spears. Paris went on to make claims that Lindsay actually party crashed that night and wasn't invited, and that Paris was just out with Britney for the night. For years, they've always had this ongoing distaste for one another, and we never really understood why. But more recently, their feud continued after Paris was on Watch What Happens Live and was asked to say 3 nice things about Lindsay. She replied with, "She's beyond, lame, and embarrassing. Lindsay's representative responded by saying, obviously Paris needs to feel relevant and is desperate for attention. But Lindsay did respond herself and posted a throwback picture to Instagram after Paris released her new song and video called Best Friend's Ass. She posted the throwback picture of the two of them and captioned it, #Beyond Friends Are True. Love at Paris Hilton. Congratulations on your new song. It definitely stirred the pot, and she later deleted the post. Alright guys, at number 3 is Lady Gaga and Kelly Osbourne. The war started between them back in 2009 when Osbourne called Gaga a butterface on her show Fashion Police. Of course, Gaga fans jumped to her defense and began harassing Kelly with some pretty evil threats and comments about her body image. Gaga responded with an open letter telling her that her show criticizes and rates people's beauty, which is wrong. However, Sharon Osbourne was not okay with her daughter being slammed on social media, so she wrote an open letter to Gaga and called her a bully since she has millions of followers and didn't do any of this privately. The feud was going on for a while until 2013 when Gaga tried to make a peace offering. The singer made an appearance in October on the X Factor UK where she gave Sharon, who was a judge, a cake to celebrate her daughter's birthday. Kelly was actually turning 29 and it just so happened to fall on that day. Sharon and Gaga even took a smiling picture together with the cake, but Kelly did not accept it and wrote on Twitter, "Not to be ungrateful, but why would you send me a birthday cake via my mother in a country half the world away?" She then posted a picture of the cake to her Instagram with the hashtags "Eat My and hypocrisy. But Gaga ended the feud and responded with kindness, tweeting out, "I didn't know it was your birthday until this afternoon. Meant as a peace offering. Happy birthday." Coming in the number 2 spot is Justin Bieber and Orlando Bloom. How could we ever forget the time Orlando punched Justin in the face and it was all caught on tape? The altercation took place in a restaurant in Ibiza when the two of them just so happened to run into each other. In the footage you can see them approach each other and Justin gets all tough, yelling, "What's up?" And then bam, Orlando throws the first swing. The reason they were ever feuding was because Justin was getting a little too close with Orlando's wife at the time, Victoria's Secret model Miranda Kerr. It was reported they were exchanging in some pretty flirty texts with each other, and photos surfaced of them getting cozy after the 2012 Victoria's Secret fashion show. She always denied the allegations and said they were just friends. Classic excuse. But that did not stop Orlando from feeling some type of way about Biebs. People were quick to break up the fight and the crowd even started clapping as Justin was escorted out. After leaving the restaurant, Justin wanted to get in another hit, so he posted a picture to his Instagram of Miranda in a sexy bikini. After some expected backlash, he then deleted the post. Taking the number 1 spot is Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. The two rappers have never been close pals in the past and their beef with each other has blown to epic proportions. The two of them have collaborated before with their music and have even been supportive of one another in the past, but something else seemed to be going on behind the scenes because Cardi B posted videos on Instagram claiming a variety of different things about Nicki. Rumors said this started after Nicki liked a negative comment on one of Cardi's freestyle rap videos where a user said "dumbass bars." There was tension between the pair which all exploded later on in September 2018 at the New York Fashion Week. The story goes that Cardi approached Nicki and confronted her about the lies she was spreading and claims that a security guard of hers elbowed her in the head. That is when the altercation started and Cardi ended up throwing her shoe at Nicki before being escorted out of the room with just one shoe on. You guys, these girls were in like these long beautiful gowns at New York Fashion Week and Cardi literally took off one of her heels and threw it at Nicki's head. After the altercation, Nicki spoke about it on her show Queen Radio and said that her friend Ra Ali was the person who hit Cardi and that she punched her 8 to 9 times. It then caused a whole legal dispute because Nicki was saying that she has footage and was going to press charges, but apparently was also offering $100,000 to anyone who had the footage. It ended on decent terms with both of them tweeting that they will not be discussing anything anymore. It is almost the 1-year anniversary since the whole shoe throwing fight, so I guess we'll have to wait and see if this really is the end or not. Well, there you have it. That is our list for today. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up button and tell me down in the comments what you guys think about all of these cat fights. In the meantime, let's check out some comments from my last video, top 10 funniest movie mistakes that almost ruined the movie. YouTube Master 12 says, "Fake babies and floppy axes." This gave me a great laugh. Maybe a future band name? Not a totally bad idea. Which name would be better for a band? Fake babies or floppy axes? Yeah, right 57 says, "Ever think that maybe movies do this on purpose? Not all mistakes, but as an inside thing?" Yeah, it could be like an inside joke, like let's see if anyone will notice this. Michael Gillespie says, "You should do a funny bloopers video, actual outtakes from movies and TV that are hilarious." I actually love this idea. Bloopers are so much fun to watch. Soph N says, "I want a part 2. No. Just kidding. If you guys want a part 2 of any of our videos, make sure you let me know, just like Soph did. Well, I officially have nothing left for you guys. That is it. I did my job for the day. If you want to keep watching more Beyond the Screen videos, just stay on this screen and click the icon right over here. I'm your host Joss, and I will see you in the next video.